today I'm going to do paper na Feb March 2025, and the part that I'm going to do to be the spreadsheet part. Okay, we'll start with task 1, then I'll do task 3. So it would have been supplied with all these files the way we see them, and it shall be required to create a web page for Tawara Construction to advertise its plastering department. Create a new document, word process. Make sure that your name, center number, and candidate number will appear on every page of this document, and then save it as M25 evidence followed by your center number and candidate number, like that. I'll start by creating an evidence document. It's very important before I start doing any other thing. I've already said I prefer right-clicking within my folder. Okay, and then I'll add my candidate details like that. Then I'll get into the header. I'll type in my name, center number, and then my candidate number will be added. For as long as you have the candidate details placed anywhere, it's all that matters. They didn't specify where to put them exactly, whether in the header or in the footer. I'll keep the evidence document open all through because I'll need it when carrying out other tasks. Then after doing that, I'll go ahead, I'll skip this task. I want to start with task 4, actually not task 3. It is task 4 that requires us to create a spreadsheet. You edit a spreadsheet, calculate the surface area of walls in a room, open and examine M25 calc. It's a CSV file given to us. I'll open it, then click on this button here, double clicking between the column lines to make sure that all your contents fit. And then after that, I'll proceed. Okay, I always look out for how I'm told to save the file as, because in case of anything, my file should be saved already. So it should be saved as M25 area underscore center number, and then underscore candidate number. It should be saved in a format that my application supports. So this is UG, then underscore my candidate number. Then I'll change this from CSV. It's very important to put it in Excel workbook so that you don't lose your formatting in case you accidentally close it, or in case power goes off accidentally before you've changed the file format. So place left aligned in the header, text created by, okay, created by, then followed by space, your name, then center number, and then candidate number. So I'll go to file, not file, I'll go to insert, headers and footers. And then they said on the left in the header, okay, name, and has to be your full name. Okay, then my candidate number. And then after that, place a right aligned in the header, created on, okay, space, automated date at, space, automated time. So I'll get space. I'll go to headers and footers up here, automated current date, space, then current time. No, there should be, it's supposed to be space and date, space on, okay, and time, so that it comes out like that. Okay, now this should be at, not on. It's very important for you to pay attention to the instructions so that you don't waste a lot of time doing these simple things. Save this spreadsheet with a file name. I already saved it. All I need to do is to click on the save button or Ctrl S. I'm going to take it back to normal view. I've escaped the header, footer, or what we call the layout view, page layout view, yeah. Then insert a new row between row 1 and 2. So row 1 and 2, I select row 2, put your cursor here, right click insert so that you get a row inserted above, in between. In the new row 2, enter all dimensions in meters. So in the new row 2, enter, they didn't specify exactly which cell, but I'll just put it there. Okay, those were 2 marks for inserting and entering the text, and make sure that the text is the way it is supposed to be. Merge A1 to B1, A1 to B1, so I'll select A1 to B1. It told us to merge it, okay, and see it's center lined. So under home, I have merge and center. It is done. Format this merge cell with a white 24-point sans serif. It's already to sans serif. Because the calibre is a sans serif, but they want us to put it to 24 points. So 24 points, and then white should be white. So you change the font color to white on a black background. So I'll change the background to black. Okay, merge cells A2 to B2. So merge cell A2 to B2. I also see that it's center lined. So I'll put it to the center. Sorry, merge and center. Sorry about that. Sorry. And then format it so that it can look like this. So I see that text is wrapped for this one. So I'll wrap text. Then after wrapping text, I'll get here, increase the row height so that I'm able to have it like that. And it also looks to be bold, as if, yes, even this is bold. So you have to pay attention to those simple details. They are very important. Then all this other text here, so about that, I wanted to see how it behaves. All this text here is center lined. So I'm going to center line all this text from here up to here. And then all this text here is right aligned. So I'm going to right align everything here. Yeah, I think generally that's how it's supposed to be. And then just like that, we're able to get 8 marks. Okay, plus 5, which puts us to around 13 marks. These are free marks. Sorry. So pay attention to all the small details, okay, when it gets to these kind of questions, because I take these as free marks. They are very easy to get. Okay, this looks to be mid-aligned and seems to have lots of space under it. Maybe I could increase space to that. Then place in cells B12 a validation rule to restrict data entry to yes or no. So we shall get to B12. B12 is here. I'm going to restrict data entry to yes or no. Data must be selected from a drop-down list and no other data must be allowed. And then we should place evidence or screenshots at step 14 of the validation rules used, including a validation criteria. So I'm going to get to here, then need to go to data and then do data validation. Data validation. This is going to be a list, okay? No any other data should be entered into the cells. And the list is going to be yes and no only. Input message may be people, I can leave a message behind. We select yes or no from the drop down menu. Okay, and then this can be stop, yes. So I can say stop. You can only select yes or no from the drop down menu. Okay. So I need to leave a message behind, okay, for people to know which data exactly is supposed to be picked. And this is supposed to be picked from a drop down menu. Okay. So I would need to take screenshots of this. So this is step 14. I'm going to take a screenshot of this. I'll need it. Maybe I may also take one to show the input message. This is kind of big. I can make it smaller. I can also get the input message. Then I can also get the error alert in case people try to feed in data that does not meet the criteria. Should be flagged as an error. So, done that, you can always reorganize your screenshots the way you want them, for as long as they can be fully visible, clearly visible. Okay, that is very important. The words you type in here, the error messages, the messages you put in here, it's up to you, for as long as the person can understand the message you're trying to communicate. Okay, so I can see now in bit.of there's a drop-down menu that gives me yes or no. Then delete rows 16, 17, 18 to 19. So 16 to 19, they are going to be deleted. I'll get here, 16 to 19, select them, then right-click delete. Don't delete any other thing. That's all they've told us to delete. And then place a formula to calculate the area of the ceiling. And you see it's just one mark. That means that you're not going to be required to do a lot. So you get into B16 here, and then area equals room length times room width. So I'll get here, type in equals room length is here times room width. Okay, so you put the formula in there. That's how it is, one mark for that. And then there is another long one giving us around 11 marks. And this will be almost it. So again, place a formula in cell B17. Okay, so I'll get to my cell B17 to calculate the area of the walls. So I told that area equals room height times 2 times room length plus room width minus door height times door width plus reveal depth times 2, okay, door height plus door width. I've got to apply your board mass here to make sure that you follow the math rules. So if your window is present, add this to the area of the walls within the same formula. So you find that if we have a window present, as you see here, we have either window has window or doesn't have window. So that means that we shall have to bring in some if function. So if this is yes, we add on. Otherwise, we just get the formula the way it is and then do nothing about it. Okay. So this is modeling, and I'm going to select some data to help me model my spreadsheet. Because if you don't have data, at times it becomes hard for you to know if your spreadsheet works, if your spreadsheet model works or not. So I'm going to get to this. I'm going to develop this formula. It's a long one, but I'm going to develop it slowly, step by step. And then after, I'll combine my formulas. So you're saying that if this is going to be room height, so let me start on this, equals room, sorry, what am I doing even? Sorry about that. Equals room height. Room height is here. So I'll click on that. Times 2, so times 2, times, there is a bracket, okay, so times room length plus room width, okay, so times room length times not plus plus room width, okay, length plus room width. So far that's what I do have. That's what I have. Then we are going to subtract off this. Everything I have here should subtract off this, because when we get back to our board mass, okay, find that subtraction will come after, okay, multiplication. So I'm going to put everything here in brackets, then I'll subtract off what I'm going to subtract off next year, which is door height times door width. Okay, so I'll put this in bracket, door height times door width. Okay, so that's where we are. Then everything there, when you follow board mass, we shall add everything we've had so far. We're going to add on review depth. So I'll get this, everything I have so far. This is one part of our formula, then plus, okay, plus review depth. Review depth is here, okay, so that's what I do have. So plus B10, and then this whole thing is going to multiply in. So otherwise, everything we have here is going to be added to everything on this side because of multiplication and addition. Look at multiplication comes before addition comes in. So I'm going to put up a bracket here, okay, and then this will be times, okay, and then everything in brackets, 2 times door height plus door width. So door height plus door width. Let me close the brackets. Okay, then be able to come up with something like that. So as I speak, I'm done with the first part of my formula, and this is what I'm getting. Pay close attention to the brackets you're having following a board mass. Okay, and they are telling us that if a window is present, we are going to add all this, the same formula. So I'm going to have another part plus, then I bring in a main bracket. I'll put everything here in a bracket. Then I'll move. Okay, so I'm going to say, let me first copy this formula. Okay, so I'm going to say if B12 is equal to yes, okay, no, let me start with no. Yeah, let me use yes. If B12 is yes, okay, comma, I'll get this formula, okay, then I'll add on. So it will be this whole formula plus. However, I'm going to put up a main bracket here. So this will be plus, okay, plus review depth. But everything in review depth, I'm going to put it in a bracket. Review depth, okay, times, then I'll bring in another bracket, 2 times window height, okay, window height is here, okay, window height plus, plus window width. I close for that bracket. I so far have that, okay, and then I need to subtract off. So I'll subtract off this side, window height times window depth. So this will be minus, okay, minus window height times window width. Okay. Okay, and I have to make sure that close all my brackets. So I want you to take note of this formula from here up to here. This is the first formula that we had. Then the second formula starts from here up to around here. Okay, that's a second formula because we are adding this plus that. And then you see this from here up to there, it ends there. And then this last bracket is the one that closes for the if function. Okay, but however, before I close the if function, that is when it is yes. When it's false, I'm going to paste the exact formula I had at first. Okay, if it's no. So otherwise, when I change this to no, I will expect something to happen. I'll expect something to happen when values are fed in. Okay, for example, if I happen to change this maybe to 4, then this to 3, putting this to yes should give me something different. Putting this to no should give me something different. Okay, 30.9 means yes. Seeing now 41. Okay, because when you have windows, you expect the plaster area walls to be less. Okay, when I have windows, I expect it to be less. When I don't have windows, it will be definitely bigger. So expect this number to be bigger when we have windows. All right, then after finishing up with my formula, it's all done. Print your spreadsheet showing the formula. Use, make sure that printout is in landscape orientation, row and column headings are displayed, and then the contents of all cells are fully visible. So need to go ahead. I'm going to show formulas. Put formulas, show formulas. Okay, some formulas are really long. It's really long. Okay, and okay, so this is what I do have to print. This is what I'm seeing. That our objective here is to get the formula printed. So make sure that your data fits. The column width, they said that landscape orientation. Reason as to why it's landscape, because our formulas are going to be long. Okay, and then row and column headings are displayed. All contents are fully visible. So I can go to page setup, sheet, turn on row and column headings, be visible. If you don't turn them on from here, you can always first go to page layout and then put them on. Row and column headings are visible. Okay, so I'll go ahead and now print, and I'll ensure that I'm going to fit my columns on one page. Okay, like this, fitting my columns on one page so that my data can come out clearly like that. I'm going to print this to PDF for now because I don't have a printer connected, and then we should be able to get our print. Maybe, okay, this is formulas. Okay, and then have it printed. So this one is printed and this is how it looks like. Should be able to see the formula like that. And then the other question requires us to print showing values Print fits on a single page. Portrait. Brand column headings are non-displayed. All contents of cells are fully visible. So I forgot to remove these values. This was a 0. This was a 0. You had to first remove them because I just used them for modeling. Okay. Then, okay, you have to put your spreadsheet back to the format that was required in. Because here I want to see if you had laid out our spreadsheet very well. So I'll select this. Okay, make sure that everything is fully visible on portrait. Run column headings are not displayed, so I can go to page layout, switch them off, and then contents of all cells are fully visible. Okay, everything is fully visible. If you feel like it's not, you can readjust, but at least mine is fully visible. I'll go to File, Print. I'll put this to Portrait, and then that's what I do. Have, go ahead and print. This shows values. Okay. And then I'll be good to go. So it all feels like that was all we had to do with this question. It was something very easy that anyone could do. So thank you so much for listening in. Catch you up on our next recording for our next paper. Thank you. I wish you good luck as you practice. Bye.